I was a good-hearted person. I loved everybody, but I didn't love myself. I struggled with the use of crack cocaine. I was a functioning addict. I had a job. I was taking care of my mother, trying to look after, my kids. My youngest daughter's going to school, and I was trying to help her, and I found myself stretched out in too many directions. And it really started to, it was pulling at me, and I was disappointed in myself because I couldn't do it all. So I needed something to ease the pain, and crack cocaine was there to help me ease that pain. But the pain later grew, and before I knew it, everything that I'd done was centered around my drug of choice. The way I spent my money, the way I budgeted money, it was all to make sure I had my pain reliever without actually dealing with my problems at hand. So I was weak, I couldn't just get it together. I tried, I stayed sober a week, maybe 2 weeks here, week there, and I couldn't get it, and I steady fell in a hole. Everything just continued to grow. It just got worse and worse. And I knew I had to change my life. It was a hard decision to make because I couldn't just stop working. But I decided to tell my job that I'm sorry, I can't do this anymore. And I was blessed that my job told me, well, what's going on? And they said, how can we help you? I said, well, I need to find somewhere to go. I need treatment, It's the only way this is gonna work. I can't do it alone. And I tried. I tried for a year and a half, and I couldn't do it. So at that point, I knew I really got a problem because I couldn't stop on my own. When I got the American Detox, it was it was so much different from, I've been to treatment before. This place was so much different from the places I've been before. I've been to places where there's so many people that was in the treatment centers, and a lot of them weren't there for treatment. They were there for a place to stay. Some wanted treatment, some didn't. And in my hometown, which is Houston, Texas, I decided that I shouldn't stay here because I was really afraid of losing my grip and walking out of the place. So I just made a call and I got in touch with this guy, Bobby, and he said, would you be interested in traveling? I'm like, possibly. And he said, well, it's in Los Angeles, California. I'm like, yeah, I would love to go to California. I always wanted to go to California. So it would be a fresh start for me. And when I got here, it was everything but California. It was about treatment. It was about people that looked at me and knew what I was going through. All the counselors here, they've been through so much. I thought I've been through something. But everybody here had their lives. When I talked to them, I had no reason. I had no choice but to listen, because sometimes I can always make up reasons, why these guys don't know what they're talking about. These guys covered all bases. I mean, I was just so amazed. And the hurt and the pain that I went through, they were there for me. I mean, 24/7. It's amazing. All I can say about All American is that if you really want to change your life, this is a place to come because everybody here has seen what we go through as addicts. They know. They can read us before we even say a word. That's what I've seen. I've experienced this. And I mean, I went through a tough part. I was, I, these guys put me on track and I was doing so well. And I got to my 30 days. It was 2 days before my 30 day. And I had a tragic event in my life. 2 days before my 30 day, my aunt passed. Okay, and I made it through. These guys helped me out. They talked to me, and I was okay. And a day later, my dad passed, and I was ready to go. But these guys, they sat me down and they talked to me. They didn't force me to stay here, but they told me what reality was. Reality is, if you leave now, it's going to be bad. And deep down in my heart, I knew it was going to be bad, because that was me thinking on that same line of remedicating. And I think if it wasn't for the grounding that I got within those 30 days, I would have been gone. So I owe my life to these guys. Y'all really helped me. And it's beyond compare. If you want to change your life, come to All American. I've been doing well. I've been given the tools in order to get back on a path that would put me back in a position to where I'm responsible again. These guys taught me a lot about respectfulness, accountability, boundaries. And boundaries was so important, and I didn't realize it until they brought it to me and actually showed me it's okay to have boundaries. I struggle with that. But they all had, I wanted what these guys had, because they had, elevated their lives so greatly that I wanted what they had, and I listened to them, and I saw these things work. They actually work, but you gotta work it. So I'm in deep debt to these guys for that. Other shit, my opinion is that All American will let you be yourself. They will teach you about yourself. They will teach you what's inside, because they've been there. These are not people that's been brought out of school and like placed in these places. Okay, this is what you gotta do. This is what the book says. No, it's no books. This is real life. These people have lived their life through these situations that I've been through. So it's a lot easier for you to grasp something from someone that's seen everything that you've done, which makes it a lot easier to learn, to listen, and to understand. So I recommend this place highly, because it's fully staffed from everybody that's been through tons of things that I haven't seen yet, that I don't want to see. And I think they saved my life from seeing these things.